Hey guys, it's Tammy and I'm back for part 2 of our stove box. And today we are going to cut our paper pieces and add those. And for step 3, we are going to be doing embellishments. And I also am going to go out and gather up some of my miniatures, and I'm going to put little pots and stuff on the stove and some little food cans, and we'll see what all we put on it in step 3. But for the next step here, we are going to be cutting paper. Now I am using a sheet. It's the Jungle Bug Collection by Kaiser Craft. And let's get started here. We need 2 pieces at 5.5. Well, let me do the 5.5 here first. But we need 5.5 by 1 3/4 is the first 2 pieces that we need. So 1 3/4 by our 5.5 piece that we just cut. We need 2 of those. We need 1 piece at 3/4 of an inch by the 5.5. And we need 2 pieces at 3/4 by 1 3/4, which we'll just use a scrap piece for that one. So we'll come back to it. But now we need to cut this down to 5 1/4. I can get all my pieces cut out of 1 12 by 12 sheet. At least I did for the first one. Watch me not be able to do it for this one. I'll probably cut it differently or something. But we need 3 1/4 by 5 1/4. We need 1 piece of that. We need 2 pieces at 3/4 of an inch by 5 1/4. So we need. I like to try to keep my pieces here separated, because the pieces that we are cutting now, these are the lid pieces. So I'm just going to stick those in my lid. And these pieces here was the stove top, which, as you can see, I haven't even taken my clips off of yet. But we'll put those in there. And for this piece, we'll just go ahead and start with 3 1/4. See if I have enough here. Well, that's not going to work, because I don't want the white on there. Okay, we'll do our scrap pieces out of this one. We needed 2 pieces at 3/4 by 1 3/4. So we will do the 1 3/4 inch. Get lined up on my line there. And we needed 3/4 of an inch. I needed 2 of those pieces. Now these were for the stove top. So they go in our little box there that has the clamps on it. And there's the 2 pieces that we needed for that one. And then we needed a 3 1/4. See what I have left here. By 3/4. And these are lid pieces here. So we need 3/4 of an inch by 3 3/4, or 3 1/4, I'm sorry. And those go in the lid. And then for the box itself, we need a 5 1/4 inch piece. So we got 5, let me get this out of the way here, and 1/4. And I need 3 1/4. We're going to need 2 of these pieces. Yep, I did cut it differently this time. I should have cut that at 3 1/4. I need 1 more of those. See what size this is. Oh, wait a minute. I think I can get it out of there. Oh, yeah. So there's the front and the back piece for the main box. And now these ones are going to be 2 pieces at 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. And these are the sides of our main box. So there's that. And there's that. Now we can put our cutter away here for now and move over. This is what I had left out of my 12 by 12 piece. And I'm not sure if I mentioned it in the first one, but it takes 2 12 by 12 pieces of the black chipboard. Not sure if I mentioned that in the beginning or not. But we're going to put our black artist tape on the corners before we start, so this way. But even the corners that don't need it, you know, the ones that we scored, we're still going to put the artist tape on, so this way the box is uniform the whole way around. But we're just going to put that on. Make sure it's on all the corners. If you go over a little bit, just do what I did, just push it down inside. Make sure all your pieces are burnished down real good. And we're going to come over to this side. And as you've noticed, my pieces are pretty crooked. But you know, that's how you know it's homemade. If it was perfect, it would be store-bought. So a little imperfection knows, you know, it was homemade. At least that's what my husband always tells me. Then you want to push that down in the center and then come out to the corners. I'm just going to push that around that corner. And we're going to just push this one around this corner. Just push those down and burnish it down real good. And let's see, we are the whole way around on this box. We're not going to do the bottom because I just can't see anybody flipping it over. And so what we're going to do here now is I am going to use the art glitter glue for this. I was going to say if I can get it to work today. And we're just going to start putting these on the sides. And like I said, once we get all the paper on, we're going to call it a day here. And I'm going to be putting a part 3 on. But when you put this on, you want to try to make sure that you leave your black border the same amount on each side. This is why I like to keep my paper pieces separated. So this way I can just grab them and I don't have to go, okay, where did you go? We just want to try to make sure that they're lined up and pretty even all the way around. And if you use the glue and not the score tape, you get a little bit of wiggle room to where you can move it around. You just want to, my tape is coming off there. You just want to push that down real good. And if the glue comes out the side, just run your finger up it because that artist tape will let you roll that glue. Because this tape is actually paintable, and I haven't tried any painting on it yet or distressing it and I don't know if I mentioned it, but the tape I also got from Amazon. I think it's around $8 a roll, but you get like 60 yards or something like that with it. So you get a good amount of tape. Just want to push that down on. It seems dark in here. Let me turn the other light on. See if that's a little better. It's another gloomy day here, so. Like I said, in Pennsylvania, I think we get more rain than we do anything. But we just want to take this piece and put our glue on. There we go. There's our box. The bottom part of it is done. We're just going to leave that set to the side so it can dry. Now this piece, we still have some work to do on. I didn't finish it off camera. I could see I'm going to have to trim that just a hair. That tape will cover it. Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to put our tape down there. Just line it up on the corner there and run it down. Actually, it'd be easier to do it this way. Of course, it would have been easier for me to do it the other way if I would have thought about it, instead of me going backwards. Grab my block, rip it off. Artist tape is kind of like heavy duty, I'll tell you, it's a mix between masking tape and duct tape, I think. We're just going to smooth that out. And then we're going to run it down the other side. Just going to line that up there. Try to get it in a halfway. Push that down on. Just going to roll that out a bit. Move the paper so we don't get stuck on it. Whoa! Stuck my quilt block right to that. Or my quilt block. My stamp block. I'm not sure why that one didn't want to rip. There we go. We're just going to start in the middle. Push our way out. This way we get less creases. Get that off my stamp block. Move my paper. We're just going to keep doing this until all the edges are covered. Now we just got the side pieces over here to do. But I'm just going to trim this. Somehow or another I got a crooked one. Just line that up. You know, you probably don't have to go the whole way around like that, but I think it just makes it look like, you know, neater if you have the border the whole way around. And like I said, it covers up where we scored it and folded it, because it does get nasty where you scored it at. Okay, we're almost done with the tape on this one, and then we can put the paper on it. And if you can hear scratching sounds, my yellow lab Odie is underneath the table here where I'm at. My dogs don't like to leave me alone. I think it's because I'm the leader of the pack. So I usually have at least one of them at my feet, because we have 4. Trying to get that tape to go down. I think this might be our last piece that we need right here. And then we can start putting the paper on this one. And like I said, in part 3, we'll do the embellishments. Yep. Alright, put the paper on there. Set this aside just for a second, because we're going to have to put that on the lid. And apparently I forgot to cut a piece. Either that or I stuck it in a wrong box. We're going to just line these up the same way that we did with the front and the back of the box. Just gonna line these up. Try to get it as close to even as you can. If you don't, hey, that's fine. Don't fret about it, because like I said, imperfections show that you've made it. As you can see, I always get glue happy. Just want to push that down on there. Make sure that glue is all spreading around. Now I got glue all over my hands. Okay. Did I forget to cut 2 pieces? Oh no, we only needed one of these ones. Because the other piece, you want to figure out which one you want on the top and what you want on the bottom. Since I got a little bit of wrinkles in that, we're going to put that on the bottom. I'm going to use this as my top. So we only needed one of these pieces. Now the side piece, I got to cut one more of these, because we needed 2 of these pieces, which I thought we cut. I might have picked it up with my scraps. I'm not sure. So I get my glue off there. Straighten that back up. But we need to cut one more for the 3/4 by 1 3/4. Now I'm positive that we cut 2 of those. So I must have picked that up with my scraps. Wonder if this is it. Yep. I threw up my scrap pile. This is why I like to throw them in the lid or whichever piece that I'm cutting them for, so this way I don't lose them, like I did this piece. Because I thought we cut 2 of these. I'm just going to wipe off the excess glue here. And now we have the bottom part and the top part. Now all we have left to do is the lid, which, take my clips off, set the paper pieces aside, put the lid on the glue here so it doesn't dry up while we're putting our tape on. But we're going to run the tape around all the edges, the same as we did for the other pieces. We're just going to run that across. Push it in the center and then work its way out. I got that one a little crooked, but the other piece of tape and the paper should cover that up. We're just going, lost it. It's actually a pretty simple box to do. I'd say the hardest part of this box is dealing with the chipboard. I gotta say that was probably the hardest part of this. Yeah, see, we're going to cover up that, so you won't even notice it. Now we're going to do these little corners. I guess I'm not in the camera again. We're just going to come around and do our corners. I actually think the little pieces are a little harder to work with than the bigger ones. Hi guys, I'm back. I realized that my camera died on me whenever, I got done doing the taping. That my camera was shut off. Excuse me. And so I'm back. Got my camera charged. And so let's get finished putting the paper on this. And then we'll be done with this video. And then on the third part, we will put the embellishments on. Now I'm going to ask a question. On the first box, I did not put an oven door. So do you guys think that we should put an oven door on this one? So leave a comment down below if you feel that, we should put an oven door on it, if you think it would make it look better. And just let me know what you think. I guess I could get in the camera here. Yeah, of course the phone would start to ring, huh? Oh well. I have voicemail. They can leave a message. And we are almost done here, and then I can get this video uploaded. And we can proceed to the third part, which hopefully I will have done here the next day or so. So we're on our last piece here for the paper. Now all we have left to do is glue the top piece on. Just going to line that up the best that we can, so it's straight in the front and the back and the sides. And what I like to do is to put something heavy on these, just to hold that piece in there while, I'm not sure if my glue bottle there is heavy enough, or yeah, that'll hold it. Alright, well, we'll be back for part 3 here shortly. Thank you for watching. Bye.